So we're asked to add 3/15 plus 7/15 and then simplify the answer. So just the process when you add fractions is if they already, well, first of all, if they're not mixed numbers, and neither of these are, and if they have the same denominator, in this example, the denominators are already the same. The denominator is 15. So if you add these two fractions, your sum is going to have the same denominator, 15. And your numerator is just going to be the sum of the numerator. So it's going to be 3 plus 7, or it's going to be equal to 10 over 15. Now, if we wanted to simplify this, we look for the greatest common factor in both the 10 and the 15. And as far as I can tell, 5 is the largest number that goes into both of them. So divide the 10 by 5. So you divide the 10 by 5, and you divide the 15 by 5. And you get 10 divided by 5 is 2, and 15 divided by 5 is 3. You get 2/3. Now, to understand why this works, let's draw it out. Let's split something up into 15 sections. So let me split it up into 15 sections. Let me see how well I can do this. Or actually, even a better way, an easier way might be to draw circles. So, well, let me do the 15 sections. So let me draw. So that is one section right over there. That is one section. And then if I copy and paste it, so let me copy and then let me paste it. That is a second section. And then third section, fourth section, and then we have a fifth section. Let me copy and paste this whole thing. So that's 5 sections right there. So let me copy and then paste that. So that is 10 sections. And then let me do it one more time. So that is 15 sections. So you can imagine this whole thing is like a candy bar or something. And we have now split it up into 15 sections. Now, what is 3/15? Well, it's going to be 3 of the 15 sections. So 3/15 is going to be 1, 2, 3. 3/15. Now to that, we're adding 7 of the 1/15 sections, or 7 of the sections. So we're adding 7 of those to it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you see now, if you take the orange and the blue, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of the sections, or 10 of the 15 sections. And then to see why this is the same thing as 2/3, you can just split this candy bar into thirds. So each third would have 5 sections in it. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is 1/3 right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is another third right there. And notice, when you do it like this, we have filled out exactly 2 of the thirds. This is the third third, but that's not filled in. So 10/15 is the same thing as 2/3. We're asked to subtract and simplify the answer. And we have 8/18 minus 5/18. So subtracting fractions is very similar to adding fractions. If we have the same denominator, the denominator in the difference is going to be the same as the denominators in the two numbers that we're subtracting. So it's going to be 18. And our numerator is going to be the difference between the numerators. So in this case, it is 8 minus 5. And this will be equal to 3/18, which is the answer, but it's not completely simplified because both 3 and 18 are divisible by 3. So let's divide them both by 3. So you divide 3 by 3, you divide 18 by 3, and you get 3 divided by 3 is 1. 18 divided by 3 is 6. So you get 1/6. And just to see this visually, let me draw 18 parts. So let me draw 18 parts here. So it might be a little bit of a messy drawing. Try the best I can. So let me draw 6 in this direction. So that is 3 right there. Then we have another 3. So that's 6 parts. And then let me split this into 3 columns. So there we go. We have 18 parts. Now 8 over 18. 8 over 18 is equal to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 over 18. And now we want to subtract 5 of the 18ths. So we subtract 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what do we have left over? Well, we have 3 of the 18ths left over. So you have that right there. You have 3 of the 18ths left over. Now, if you turn 3 of the 18ths into one piece, how many of those bigger pieces do you have? This is one of those big pieces. And where are the other ones? Well, this is another big piece right here. This is another big piece right here, another one, and another one. If you had 18 pieces and you merged 3 of the pieces into one, then you actually end up with only 6 pieces. You end up with 6 pieces. Hopefully you see that each row is one of the pieces now. And the blue is exactly one of the 6. So 3 over 18 is the same as 1 over 6.
Let's add these two mixed numbers, 2 and 5/13 plus 7 and 6/13. And the way I like to think about it in my head, I like to separate out the mixed numbers into the whole number component and the fractional component. So we can rewrite 2 and 5/13 as 2 plus 5 over 13 plus 5 over 13. And then we can write that plus. And then 7 and 6/13 we can rewrite as plus 7 plus 6/13 plus 6/13. 6/13. So all I did is I rewrote this, and I essentially expanded out. I broke up the mixed numbers into their whole number parts and their fractional parts. And then what I like to do is I like to add the whole number parts. So this 2 plus this 7. So I'll do that. So I'll do the 2 plus 7 over here. I'll add those up. And to that, I will add the fractional parts. So to that, I will add the 5/13 to the 6/13. 6/13. So if we add the whole number parts, 2 plus 7 is 9. And the fractional parts, they already have the same denominator in this problem. 5/13 plus 6/13, same denominator. You're going to get 11/13. 11/13. 5 plus 6 is 11. So you get 9 plus 11/13. Well, that's just the same thing as 9 and 11/13. And we are done. Let's figure out what 11 and 12/16 minus 5 and 8/16 is, and then we might have to simplify it down to lowest terms. So the way I like to do these is to kind of separate out the whole number part of the mixed numbers from the fractional part. So I can rewrite this number right over here as 11 plus 12 over 16. And from that, I am going to subtract, and I'll put parentheses here because I'm going to break this part open. I am going to subtract 5 plus 8 over 16. 5 and 8/16, same thing as 5 plus 8/16. But I have to remember, I'm subtracting it. I'm subtracting this whole thing. So I can rewrite it as, I'll rewrite this part, 11 plus 12 over 16. And I'm subtracting 5 plus 8/16, so I can distribute the negative sign. So it's going to be minus 5, negative 1 times 5, and then negative 1 times positive 8/16. So it's going to be minus 8 over 16. Minus 8 over 16. And then I like to do the whole number part separately and then the fractional part separately. So let's do the whole number parts. We have 11 minus 5. I'll write it here. 11 minus 5. We'll do that part. That's the whole number part. And then we have plus 12/16. Let me do this in pink maybe. Plus 12/16. 12/16 minus 8/16. Minus 8 over 16. And 11 minus 5 is 6. And I have 6 plus. And then our denominators are the same here. So we're going to get something over 16. And 12 minus 8 is 4. So this is the same thing as 6 plus 4 over 16, which is the same thing as, writing it as a mixed number, 6 and 4/16. 6 and 4/16. And this is the right quantity, but we can simplify it. 4 over 16 can be simplified. Both the numerator and the denominator are divisible by 4. They both have the factor 4. So let's divide both the numerator and the denominator by 4. Divided by 4. Divided by 4. Since we're dividing by the same thing, we're not changing its quantity. And so this is equal to, we still have the whole number part, 6, but the fraction part is now 1 1 over 4. So we get 6 and 1/4.